13 teams have come back down 3-1 to win a series. So it's not over for the Knicks. I know it feels like it is in the moment. Two of the next three are at MSG. But the reason why the Knicks are down 3-1, feel free to correct me down in the comments if you think I'm wrong. The reason why the Knicks are down 3-1 is because of coaching. Tibbs is being outcoached. DeLon Wright tonight was a plus 11. The Knicks end up losing by 9 points. Landry Shamet, who checked in late into this game, let me refresh my stats. He ended up finishing a plus 6. 11 minutes for Shamet, and of course, just 9 minutes for DeLon Wright. We saw in game 3, those two guys and Deuce McBride, they won the Knicks the game. And Deuce, in this game, ends up going a minus 14. So he was off. There was no question about it. He just wasn't the same. He missed that three at the end of the third quarter that ended up giving Indiana points because Hart had a loose ball fell. But that was kind of the story, is the Knicks just didn't hit the timely shots. They could have come back. I mean, the Knicks cut it to like 5 points late in this game, and all of a sudden they just couldn't knock down those timely shots. OG missed a couple of free throws, and of course the Pacers, they made the Knicks pay. The reason why the Knicks lost tonight is because of the 17 turnovers and the poor defense. Like the Pacers end up shooting 40.6% from three. So imagine like turning the ball over 17 times and then allowing a 40.6% clip from three. The Pacers also made 27 free throws. We're going to talk about the Knicks making 33, which is great, but you gave up 27. So the Pacers were just as aggressive as you. Josh Hart, he ends up finishing the game -1 in 36 minutes. Hart had 5 turnovers and 6 fouls. I mean, but he also was only a -1 just because he had 11 rebounds and he had 12 points and he was aggressive and he got to the free throw line. Hart made 5 of 6. But it's just unfortunate too because the Knicks, again, they're just getting out coached. They don't have an offensive scheme. They don't have a way to utilize Jalen Brunson to his maximum capability. They're just playing him ISO. Brunson made 11 free throws. He was 9 of 19, but Brunson's having to work so effortlessly compared to Halliburton, who just did whatever he wanted to and made it look easy. Now, Halliburton, 32 points, 15 assists, and 12 rebounds, 4 steals. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand how the Knicks haven't made adjustments and haven't been able to come up with a plan to slow down Halliburton. They've got OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges out there, of course. And then they're starting Mitchell Robinson. They should have been able to figure this out, but they haven't. And this was a must-win game because you would have gone, if you had won, you would have gone to MSG 2-2. Now you go to MSG down 3-1. And game 5 is not a must, like it's not a must win, but it's not a free win, obviously, because it's the Pacers and they're so relentless. But there's like no guarantee the Knicks are going to win that game, right? And even if they do win that game, they have to go to Indiana and beat the Pacers in game 6. Again, game 3, they were down 20. They should have lost. Game 4, they just were outplayed the entirety of the game. They had a couple of runs, but just nothing special, right? Nothing to write home about. So the Knicks, I mean, you got to win two games at home, and then you have to win game 6 in Indiana. It's just a lot to do. The only game the Knicks have outplayed the Pacers in was game 1, and then they end up blowing a 9-point, of course, lead with 50 seconds left. If the Knicks had just won that game, it'd be 2-2 going back to MSG, but they lost that, and now it is 3-1 going back to MSG. There's a very small part of me that thinks the Knicks are going to come back, but it's not completely just not there, right? Like, again, at least there's a little bit of faith just because, I mean, who thought that the Knicks would really beat the Celtics? They came back down 20 multiple games, game 1, game 2. And then, of course, we saw game 6 being able to finish them off. So, I mean, the Knicks, they definitely have what it takes, but it's going to take adjustments. They're going to have to play DeLon Wright more, Deuce McBride more, and Landry Shamet. And then in terms of the starting lineup, I mean, Mitchell Robinson played 19 minutes and was a -20. He had 7 rebounds, made both of his free throws. Robinson and really, just from the statistical standpoint, was good, but he was a -20. But also, the Pacers couldn't miss. So a lot of that wasn't really in Mitch's control because he did what he was supposed to. They just were making shots over everyone. Jalen Brunson, I mean, man, the start he got off to, he had, was out 13, 14 points-ish in the first quarter. And the Knicks lost it 43-35 because they couldn't get stopped. So the Knicks did win the fourth quarter, 30-28. That they did win the second quarter as well, 29-26. But really what it came down to was just the first and the third quarter. Because you see the Knicks, they win that by 3, they win by 2, but then they lose by what, 8 points, and then they lose by 6 points. So yeah, it makes sense, right? The Knicks end up losing by 9 points. Just bad quarters right there, man. And Tibbs, it's insane because back-to-back 50-win seasons, you're in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. Like, Tibbs is not going to lose his job, but, I mean, he's just been exposed in this series. I mean, the Knicks have just been underprepared, and they're not doing what they're supposed to. And then Tibbs is also not playing the guys he should be playing. Like, DeLon Wright, only 9 minutes, a plus 11. What if DeLon Wright had logged 29 minutes, right? I mean, and he had been a plus 11. The Knicks would have won. Legitimately, the Knicks would have won. So that's exactly the issue, is that Josh Hart, yeah, I mean, -1 compared to Mitch -20, compared to Mikal -11. By the way, Mikal's what, a -31 now in the series? I mean, and the Knicks he was 4 or 5 from oh man, wait, there's no way that's true. Mikal was not 4 or 5 from 3. That's definitely a typo. He literally missed like 3 threes in a row at the end. Actually, he did make a 3 at the end of the game, but it was already out of reach. But he missed, what, 2 threes before that? Maybe they were real 2s, but I'm going to check the log on that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now, but yeah, I mean, the Knicks, it's just very easy to see why they're down 3-1. The turnovers, not getting back in transition. Even when the Knicks are making shots, they're still not getting back. Defensively, the Pacers are just putting them into pick and rolls and killing them that way. And then you got a guy like a TJ McConnell who comes in, gives you 10 plus every single night. He had 6 points in this game in 19 minutes, but still he was 3 of 4, 3 assists and a steal. Pascal Siakam, 30 points tonight after really a quiet game 3, but Siakam bounced back. Remember, he had 39 in game 2. Nesmith, great defense tonight. He was a plus 20. And yeah, I mean, really the only way I would have thought the Knicks, honestly, were going to get this game tonight is if Nesmith didn't play, because like that, there you go, plus 20 when he's out there. That was a game high. Everyone's going to talk about Halliburton, but Nesmith made the biggest impact. He was a plus 20 when on the floor. Whenever he came out, the Knicks actually gained momentum because Jalen Brunson had no one to guard him, and they just kind of immediately put him back in there when they realized that, right, knowing that he's not going to be able to sit much. But Tony Bradley played 10 minutes and was a plus 10. I mean, Tony Bradley's the third string center for the Pacers, and he's come in and made an impact this series. So clearly the Knicks, I mean, I keep saying it's not over, but I'm almost ready just to talk about the offseason. And I do think the Knicks are going to have to make some serious changes. I don't know if it's going to be to the roster, right? I'm not saying they need to run out there and get Giannis, but in terms of finding a head coach who's going to be able to best utilize Cat and Brunson in the bench, I think that the Knicks are going to have to do that too, because defensively you're going to be bad with those guys. So then how can you get the most out of them? Also, Mitchell Robinson, is he going to be the answer full-time next to Cat? Not really sure, right? The problem with Mitch is his stamina. He can't go out there for long spurts too. So that's why if Cat is in foul trouble and now Mitch needs a breather, well, who exactly do you go to? You go to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa hasn't even played this series, and he only played 2 minutes too. So yeah, I think the bench is going to be the thing, but keep in mind that Mikal needs to be paid. OG's on a mega contract. Cat's making like $60 million supermax. Mitchell Robinson's making like not too much money, but like a good amount of money. So there's just not a lot of financial flexibility for the Knicks. And Mikal, hopefully he takes a pay cut. I mean, he did say that he'd take a pay cut, like a Brunson type of pay cut. If he doesn't, we're in serious trouble. I'm not sure how the Knicks are going to be able to do this, but are the Knicks going to win the series? Probably not, but I think they'll learn from this and they'll be better. But it's so difficult to win a championship. So the fact you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and you're not facing a Celtic team that is dialed in, locked in, right, like they were the year before, you want to take advantage of that. A young OKC team, right there. I don't think there's like a great team left in the playoffs. So maybe there'll be a great team next year. That's kind of the thing. So then it just feels like the Knicks are wasting an opportunity. But there's still 3 games to be played. Thursday night in MSG. Really hope the Knicks come out ready to go and win that game. And then the biggest thing is going to be, can you win Game 6 and just give yourself a chance in Game 7? The Pacers have already won in Game 7 last season in New York, so it's not like they're afraid. But for the Knicks, they just need to take this one game at a time. Can you just win Game 5 and give us a chance Saturday night to keep the series going? But, I mean, needing to win 3 games in a row when you're down 3-1 is so difficult.